Hey, just wanted to document that. It's crazy. I'm doing an exercise that I've never done before. It's listening to my intuition. I've done a little video before that, but pretty much all my life so far, I've been using my mental to make my decision. I always compare the pros, cons, imagine all the scenarios and stuff like that. And at some point, it's not enough. At some point, if you only use your mental to make your decision, I mean, at least for life purposes, and I think a lot of other topics, like it's not going to work all the time. You cannot. I don't believe you can make your decision only based with your mental. That sounds obvious, but to me, I've been educated that way. I've been living that way, and that's probably why until now I haven't been like completely happy. Like there was always something missing, and I watched a couple of videos on how to listen to your intuition, whatever it means, because to me it's like we all know the definition of intuition, but how do you actually relate to it? How do you identify this feeling? Is it the same thing that gut feeling is actually, I think, the same thing. How do you grasp the emotion? How do you grasp the sensation? How do you grasp the message, the signal, like that comes within somehow? And how do you identify, yeah, this is my intuition? And can I trust my intuition? And is my intuition actually saying this? Like, it's so hard. To me, it's some like super abstract concept and stuff like that. Like, I'm not used to it. And I was like, okay, I practiced a bit meditation before, and I was like, okay, let me just recenter myself, in inside. Like, let's just gather yourself, just cool down, just center and ask yourself, like, between this and this. To me, it was between New York. Before, it was before between New York and Dubai, and now it's between New York and France, because well, now I'm pressing the buttons and I'm taking action, and I'm like moving forward. My fears are coming back and are like, yeah, but are you sure you don't want to stay in France? Stuff like that. And it's so weird because I started to make myself empty inside, like just like cooling down, just having this, very calm state of mind, emptying my mind. And I was like, okay, listen to your guts. And instantly, but like with a huge strength, I cannot describe it, even in French probably, but I have this huge strength, like a magnet, like it's an obvious sensation that my guts were like, New York, like New York, like, and then my brain was like, yeah, but New York. Yeah, but like maybe I could New York, but like, I'm like, come on, like let me just like New York, and I'm like, what is this like with such clarity? And to me, it's so weird to not understand how this works, but still feeling this is right. I don't know if that makes sense as of today because I'm documenting this like very freshly, but because that just happened to me, like this gut feeling just appeared, like literally a minute before I turned on this video, and it's so weird to me because to me it's scary how strong the sensation was, and I shouldn't regret, but it pisses me off that I never like actually grasp or tried to use that before. And third, I still don't understand how it works. Like, why? What's the magic behind? Why? Like, I watched the video of this French guy. I don't remember his name yet, but this French guy who said, pay attention to how you ask yourself the question. Like, if you say, should I stay here or should I go there? You say, look how you ask yourself the question. If you say, should I go there? Like, should your intention, if you're like left and right, if you're like, should I go left? Or you're like, should I stay here? The way you ask the question is super important. And me, it always has been like, should I go to New York? Should I go to New York? It never has been, should I go to Dubai or should I go stay in France? It always has been, should I go to New York? And and always whenever I listen to it, it's like, should I go to New York? And it's weird because the guy said also that your intuition gonna tell you something, and sometimes it's not rational, sometimes it's not logical, and sometimes your mental gonna be fighting it. Your mental gonna be saying doesn't work, doesn't blah blah blah. You know, like there's this, and especially me, like these past weeks, my fears were like growing, and I had a hard time managing it because lots of things have been happening, and was very transformative to me. And this feeling is super weird. And yeah, my mental is bringing me all these how can I say, excuses, fears, future potential problems, worst case scenarios and stuff like that. And but the intuition is so strong, and this is so weird. Like, I'm gonna shut down this video and go back to this because I'm gonna contemplate this feeling, because I don't know if it's a feeling, but like this intuition, I don't know, like I'm gonna contemplate that, because that's something unprecedented to me. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. Like, how can I base such an important decision on a gut feeling? I think Dwayne Johnson mentioned that once. He said he was like in the wrestling business, and he had this gut feeling that said, I need to go in the show business. And everybody told him like, that doesn't make any sense. Well, in my case, no one told me it doesn't make any sense that you go back to New York, but just to me, my mental is like, maybe you should go stay in France, or stuff like that. But my intuition is so strong. I mean, I could go on hours like looking at the situation from different angles. It always like ends up the same. It's so weird because I like to explore that more, and it's crazy. It's really crazy. I don't know. Okay, I think it's enough for this video, but keep you posted on that. Cheers.